Hey!
We are live! I say,
Don't say fucker bugger.
Is it a wee bit squint? Shall we try and fix that?
Yeah, I think we're just going to like slightly off skew it.
Right. Hold on a second, team. How's that?
I think that looks still squint. It's okay.
How's that?
Hey, Rocky straight away and Joseph Suarez. Look at that.
Happy
All
days!
the normal followers, twice in one day.
The usual
You
crew.
better believe it.
The usual suspects. We've actually had quite an awesome day. Met Finlay from
Met
Kilted.
Finlay. Yep. If you haven't seen that one, go and check it out. We're going to be doing some more stuff with Finlay, the Kilted yogi. We're actually not confirmed exactly what we're going to do, but there's loads of ideas flying around from some yoga itself to retreats to random Q&As.
Yeah.
So it should be good fun.
He was a lovely guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, I really liked him. Yeah.
Very knowledgeable as well. That's what came as a bit surprised. Not that I didn't think he was knowledgeable, but very, very knowledgeable.
Yeah. You think when you first see him, okay, great. He's obviously good at yoga.
Yeah.
Obviously good at yoga, and with wearing a kilt, he gets our thumbs up.
Yeah. From Scotland, happy days.
Scotland, yeah. But actually, speaking to him, he knows a hell of a lot about the human body. So it's going to be really good working with him.
And he's been through some tough times, and he's come through. I mean, when he was telling us his story behind, etc., I thought, wow, you've come a long way to then. You wouldn't think, from what he was saying previously, the health conditions, whatever, to what he can do in the yoga. I was going to say yoga stand there in the yoga studio. It's he's come a long way.
Yeah. Certainly, there's a lot of things that he's just got into, which is it really is incredible. Good.
First question, Susan James. Why is Rab always on Stephen's left? This is not.
I'm always on his right.
It's so that when you look at the camera, it's Kilty coaches, Stephen and Rab.
There you go.
Then there's no confusion, right?
Just like it's Ant and Deck.
Except it's Stephen and Rab.
Stephen and Rab.
Yeah. They're like us. Now we've got something special tonight. So last week we were very lucky. Some people took advantage of Super Chat, which we didn't know too much about. And Super Chat's when you make a donation and boom, your comment stays. Now last week's record was a happy days $10.
A whole $10.
So this week what we're going to do is we're going to try and conquer the world. So that's why we've got the world map, right? So if you are rich enough to give a tiny donation, you do it on Super Chat and boom, we'll put it up there on the board. Now at the moment we're just going to use the pen, but we do have a plan to have a pin board and stickers.
Use some stickers.
So let's see if we can conquer the world, right?
Yeah.
Is there anywhere that...
So we are right here.
Yeah, just in case you're any confusion.
You probably can't see that.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing how tiny we are, right? We
I
still
know.
kick ass.
Do kick ass.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got this week. We've got a nice Glenlivet 15-year-old.
It's a bit of a sad week though.
Well, first of all, it's a sad week because we finished the bottle.
But Rabbi to the rescue. One of my clients got this for Christmas. So anyway, we've got Backlit whiskey, don't worry.
Just a quick one before I lose that question. Somebody's asking, Mr. Blank, yes, they are G-Shock watches. I'm going to show you up close up. So just a wee G-Shock like this. The reason we like the G-Shocks is because we're always out and about. We're in the wilderness. We're maybe climbing trees now and again, and the G-Shocks are absolutely indestructible. So I can actually take this off and I can just like throw it across the room like so, and I know that that's going to be absolutely fine.
Well, he can do that, but see if someone says to me something's indestructible, I wouldn't just throw it. I would jump on it and do cardios on it. I'd take a dumbbell to it, let's be fair, but I'm not going to be silly because this was a gift.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they're pretty hardy, therefore we like them, and let's face it, Casios go forever.
Look at this guy!
Who's that?
It's our
Michael!
Piper! It's our Piper!
And
You
he
guys
said-
are better than Ant and Deck. Well, Michael, thank you, sir.
Mikey, everyone say hi to
You
Mikey.
missed that guy.
I know, I've not seen Mikey for ages.
No,
So if you've not seen, we've had a donation, is it?
Oh, who's the first one in?
Is it-
William.
Has it appeared on here?
It'll come down in Super Chat. Oh, it was. Oh man, I didn't see where he was from.
Hey,
Didn't see
William Estep.
Right, William, you need to let us know where you're from. Where are you from? Where are you from?
Where is William from? We're going to put you on the map.
Yeah, you're the first one up tonight, William. Cool avatar, by the way. That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty cool. Oh, look. Hi from Florida.
Florida, which is East Coast, right?
What do you prefer for tracking? Do you log workouts, track steps?
New York, Florida's further south. There's Florida. Boom! Now we're going to get pins for this at the moment.
We are. So
It's just
William is on the map.
Boom!
Right there. So William, for tracking, we actually just use our own heads most of the time. I keep a journal, and sometimes I just keep notes on my phone for sets and reps, etc. In terms of cardio, we never track mileage or steps counted or anything like that, because it's just not really. It's not really a kind of figure I kind of want to look at. But in terms of weights, it's more kind of we keep each other right, don't we? You know, we train together and we look at, you know, what weight we're lifting, how many reps. Generally speaking, so if we go to bench press, for instance, we do bench every either Saturday or Sunday.
So good.
It's nice.
It's nice.
With bench press, I know that rab is roughly 20 kilograms.
Joseph Suarez!
Joseph Suarez!
50 bucks! Well, let's just smash that record, Joe.
Now,
where's Joseph from again?
Joseph is actually going to be in Scotland soon, I believe. I actually don't know where you live. Joseph, remind us where you actually do live, where you're from.
Joseph, Arkansas. Ask Stephen where he lives. Where is it, Stephen?
I don't know.
Hey, just say it. Go on, Stephen. Go on, Stephen.
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Where's that? There's Missouri. There's Arkansas. Boom. Joseph's there. And do you know what, Joe? You're getting an arrow for that one. There's Joe.
Can we give him a smiley face as well?
Yeah, he's gonna get a smiley face. Now, was it William on the first one, will we?
William, yeah.
We'll put Willie. Happy days. The cheeky whiskey. I love that whiskey.
Oh, Susan James.
Susan James. Now, Susan, you've got to tell us where you're from. Susan James, she commented right.
Oh,
no! Man down!
The world is falling down.
The world is not
falling down.
enough. That's actually what do you call it? What were they called? Garbage that sung it. They're Scottish. Hey, Susan, where's Susan from?
Susan, where are you from?
Susan, tell us where you're from, dear Susan. There's Joffrey Dudley. Joffrey just reminds me of Game of Thrones.
I think it's Jeffrey.
Fuck no, it's Joffrey.
That's Jeffrey.
I'm telling you, right, Joffrey, you've got to let us know where you're from. Susan's from West Virginia. That was obviously the West, right? This must be over your side, West Virginia. Help us out, Susan. West Virginia.
I have no idea.
Virginia, is that not near Washington? Jesus, we need to work on our geography here, like.
This is a great live Q&A. We're just going to turn your back on you.
Yeah.
And we're just going to look at this map and try to figure out where West Virginia is.
Somebody helping us here right now. Help us.
Where's West Virginia? Let us know.
Comanche, Texas for Joffrey, and he said Rab is right, by the way, it is Joffrey.
Is it?
Yeah,
No,
Game of
not.
Thrones, it is. But screw that spoiled prince. So Texas is near the middle, isn't it? Across.
Texas,
Yeah. Boom. Now, what did he say? So where in Texas?
Where in Texas was it?
Joseph's written off Carolina. Joseph helping us was. Wait. Anyway, I'm just banging up in Texas. Boom. There's Joffrey, the king. And then we were right above North Carolina. Where the fuck's North Carolina? It must be there somewhere. North Carolina, come on! It's like, do you remember that? Was it Where's Wally? Used to get where? Well, you guys, I think.
Ohio.
Was it Where's Waldo? Where's Waldo, wasn't it? Where's Carolina? North Carolina. I will find it. I will find you. That's a line out of what do you call it? Last of the Mohicans. He's like an epic scene where he's like, I will find you near DC.
West Virginia, southwest of Ohio, across the Ohio River towards the east.
There's Ohio towards the east.
West of Ohio, across the Ohio River towards the east.
Portland, Baltimore. Is this going to be like one of these tiny wee places? I bet it's massive as well, and we're just staring us in the face. Kentucky, Knoxville, Charlotte. Man, this is.
We're not very good at this. We kind of need to employ a geographical assistant.
Right, we're going to pretend it's here near Ohio.
By Ohio. Let's put it by Ohio.
West Virginia, right? And we'll find it later so we can chat to you guys.
Who was it? It was Susan, wasn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, Susan, we suck.
Susan's name down. There's Susan. Do we put Joffrey down?
Joffrey's there, he was in Texas.
Texas, excellent day.
Oh, JB Hollis.
Where did that disappear to?
Scroll up a bit. Oh well, it'll still be there. $5.
Hey, JB Hollis. You let them know where you're from, buddy.
It's just like a geography lesson. Oh man.
We're gonna have to put a stop to this soon.
Tony Hale.
Tony Hale. Look at those abs.
I wonder when they do that, can they actually, I thought they would have made a comment and saying
National Forest, Florida. Cool, JB is from Florida.
oh, there's another Florida, I'm going to be colouring this in.
Happy days.
JB. I know we're still waiting for someone else, aren't we?
Tony Hale. Great to hear you guys. Where are you from, buddy? Where are you from? So, yeah, I feel this has turned into a bit of a geography lesson.
And because we suck at geography, it's we need a third person to take control of the map, right?
Oh, that's a nice whiskey, right?
It is nice. So we've got a couple of backup whiskies, which is all good. We've got some good questions in this week, actually, didn't we?
We did.
Now,
first of all, let's go to Joseph. Joseph emailed us in.
oh, that's
And
right.
he has made a generous donation, so let's answer Joseph's question first. So Joseph said, I just want to watch the live stream. I have a question for next week. What is the best lower leg exercise to build the leg calves? I can go my arms, chest, and most difficult getting the lower leg muscles to grow. Now Joseph, or Joe, should I say, Joe. We're having a whiskey, we're all casual here, right? Joe. I have exactly the same problem. My calves do not grow very quickly at all. You've kind of got to keep at it. So what you're looking at, most people will do, well, if I talk about the arms, because you can see my arms, if somebody wanted big biceps, for instance, most people would typically go for a bicep curl of different variations. But what you've got to understand is, if you're just going for like a small muscle movement, like a bicep curl, and calves, that would be sort of calf raises. Although you're toning the muscle, you don't create what we need is what's called growth hormone. Now, growth hormone will be elevated when you do a big compound movement, okay? So you're drinking the whiskey there.
I'm gulping it down, right?
So what you'll be looking at is more squats, lunges, anything sort of weighted. Now, something like a sled push, if you've got that ability. If not, pulling and pushing, anything sort of manual labour-ish, if that makes sense. Lunge walks, deep squats, but try and get as much weight through those muscles as you can, and then finish it off with your calf raises. Try to get that full extension as much as you can.
And a good rule of thumb with the calves is give them an absolute beating. They're one muscle group that you can just go to town on. So whatever your reps are for every other muscle group, probably times it by 5, and that's not taking the piss.
You've got to understand that the calves in nature do a hell of a lot of work, because we are, whether you believe we're designed or we evolved, the calves are there to do a hell of a lot of work. We're on our feet all the time, okay, so we're designed, or we evolved to be on our feet, okay, that's why sitting is so unnatural. So the calves are there for just constant work, okay, they're constantly working, so they can take a beating, so give them a beating.
And a good rule of thumb, which was Arnold Schwarzenegger's rule, is that you said you had 17.5-inch arms, Joe, so ultimately you would want, for good symmetry, 17.5-inch calves. So if you get them up to 17.5 inches and you're thinking, oh, they still need to be bigger, well, that's fine, but if you get them to 17.5, job done, right?
I think it was the ancient Greeks that said that your neck, your bicep and your calf should all be exactly the same measurements.
And he's just asking, Joe's asking, how many times per week? Well, when it comes to calves, calves I put in the same category as abs. So you could train your abs 3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah.
If you want to make them grow though, you're going to have to give them rest.
You need to put a bit of weight through them, you need to give them a stimulus in order to grow, you want to give them a reason to grow, so try and get as much weight through them as possible. That's why, heavy squats are going to be a really good exercise for you to begin with. Obviously you're going to build up your thighs and your bum at the same time, but your calves will be a really good workout, and then finish it off with some really sort of sinking into a deep calf extension. And also, talking about growth hormone is great for loads of different things, but specifically for growing muscles. You can actually boost growth hormone in any muscle by stretching it just before you go to sleep. So for instance, if you want a big chest, just before you go to bed, really stretch out your chest, and what you're doing is you're sending a signal to your central nervous system to increase the size of that muscle, not just the length, but the general size. Okay, so same with the calves, stretch them just before bed every single night.
Is Scotch good for a pre-workout? Well, we don't really call it Scotch because
It's just whiskey.
it's just whiskey here, right? It's kind of like, Brazil nuts in Brazil are just nuts, right? So, is whiskey good for a pre-workout?
No,
Probably not.
no.
Unless you're going to have a fight, then it's awesome, right? It's like,
yeah, you want a stimulant. Alcohol is actually a depressant, and it was going to totally mellow you out. Makes sense?
Hey, Rocco's here! Rocco's our main man, he's always sharing us.
Okay, we made it. Just make sure we didn't miss any.
I don't think there was any. Did we get where Tony Hale was
Yeah,
from?
Tony Hale.
Tony Hale.
Tony, did you tell us where you're from, buddy?
I don't think he did, but he actually, eventually asked the question to do with if our clothes shrunk. Was that Tony? Scroll down a bit more. We're getting tons of messages here. We're trying to keep up.
We're trying a bit.
I'm sure he did. Cause no, that was somebody else. Tony Hill is Scotch. Oh, that was Tony. That was your Scotch. Yeah, sorry, buddy. So not a good for a pre-workout.
Joseph is saying his neck and his arms are the same. Calves are only 15, so
Well, it sounds like you've got a little bit of work to do. Not much.
Yeah.
But not much.
Tony Hale, lol. She's think we need it. Okay, let's go.
You should think of doing an annual calendar where we are. It's in the progress.
That's the Glasgow workout, drink and fight.
Drinking.
Sounds about right.
Right.
What is the donation going towards?
Building the channel. There you are.
We're actually there's Ross, look.
Hey, Ross Cullen.
We're actually saving up to do a US tour. And wherever the most marks are on the map, that's where we're going to go.
Yeah, because we reckon that if we did a tour, just time away from the family, we could probably manage 10 to 14 days. So we're thinking 1 to 2 days in each kind of major city. So again, this is starting off with pen, but we'll eventually have pins. That's the plan. We just can't put pins on this wall, unfortunately. Once we get the pins in, the place is saturated with pins is definitely on our to-do list.
Yeah.
Basically.
Because really, when we go to these different cities, we're going to put events on so you can come meet us face to face. We can get to know you guys a little bit more. So we want to have as many people at these events as possible. Therefore, we need to know where to come.
We'll just answer to as Little Girl said, Little Girl 68, she comments a lot, so hi Little Girl 68. Thank you so much for your meditation video. I'm having much more fun running now. That's, as I said in the video, that's how I prefer to meditate and just chill out, which is great. Now, somebody asked about if we're Scottish or Irish. We actually get this quite a lot.
Some people assume we're Irish, I don't know why.
But I don't, sometimes when we get that comment, we wonder whether they're trying to bait you. I love Irish guys, and you're like, are they trying to get us to say we're Scottish? But I suppose, these are common mistakes with accents. It's like, I've got clients that are South African, and the South African accent can sometimes be misconstrued with Australian or New Zealand, and I imagine they would get their back up if somebody thinks they're Australian or New Zealand with a South African.
And to be honest, it's the same with American and Canadian over here. Loads of Canadians will come over and say, oh look, where are you from? The States? And you're like, I'm Canadian.
I'm Canadian, yeah. So, but it's interesting with the Scottish accent, because ours is, I feel it's very different from the Irish, purely because I know it's an Irish accent.
Yeah. But because we're hearing it all the time, then we can tell. Now, Ian is saying it doesn't matter if I donate $4. I'm a student. Yeah. If you want to donate, we will put you on the map. We're happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, who's that? Matthew. Oh. Matthew. I wonder why we can't. I wonder why it doesn't. You can't comment. I wonder if you can comment at the same time, or is it just? Oh, anyway, Matthew, you'll need to let us know where you're from, Matthew. Were you ever a student? Come to think of it.
No.
Me not. Never.
No, I joined the army when I was 16, and did my future learning through the
Columbus, Ohio. Boom!
I saw that.
There it is. Boom! Right away.
Columbus.
There we are. Straight in.
There we are. Thank you, Matthew, putting Columbus, Ohio on the map.
Yeah. Probably spelled his name wrong. 2 T's. Sorry, Matthew, I know. It's important to get someone's name in. Darren Carroll, there's my man! South Africans more... Well, Darren, I suppose... I was in a bar once, and because I've got South African clients...
There's Mark Berwick. Hello from Burmere Road. Hi, Mark.
All the way from Burmere Road, yeah. Actually, we should get him to pick us up, right?
Yeah, be a good shout.
Yeah, because it's a bit of a sad day today. One of our lean groups is finishing their 12-week transformation, So we're having a bit of a party with them in 45 minutes time, which is why we're having extra whiskey.
And why we've got an extra 3 bottles down there.
Oh,
They're mini bottles, they're not like 3 full bottles, but they're like half-size bottles.
And Rabbi's been drinking one.
How big are they? They're 20 centilitres, so they're...
That's a dark one, isn't it?
A fifth of a bottle, that looks like a good one.
Well, Talisca's Isle of Skye, right? Which is on our to-do list.
Mark, are you coming on Saturday? To the secret party.
The secret party.
The secret party.
If we ever make it to your side of the world, we take you guys on a ghost hunt with us.
Ooh, who's
Ghost
that?
Watch
Watch
Paranormal.
Paranormal. Ooh.
Ghost Watch? It's Ghost Watch.
That's what I just said.
I thought you said Ghost Watch.
Ghost Watch Paranormal. Have you ever done the Edinburgh Vaults? The Edinburgh Vaults apparently is the most haunted place in the UK, and it is awesome. Let us know.
In fact, I don't even...
And if not, why not?
Yeah, actually, why? I've not done it. I've done the dungeon.
You need
To do. Have you done it? Have you actually done it?
Yeah, the
I thought
vaults
you were just saying
are
it to be cool.
quite eerie.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's your favourite whiskey? Well, but
It's usually the one in the glass.
this guy commented earlier, or girl, I'm not actually sure, Aberdeenshire. I hate when I say someone's name wrong, so I'm sorry, I'm giving them best shot.
Abendeco.
This is Rabbi's personal favourite and always has been. This is Stephen's.
It's my
Go-to.
go-to. So Glenlivet, the older it is, the better. So we typically go for the 12-year-olds are normal, but once you've kind of experienced the 15, then the 18, then the 21-year-old, it's like you get what you can afford at the time or what you fancy buying at the time. So we're currently drinking the 15-year-old, which is still quite nice. But I like a Lafroig.
Kathy says, I made the suggestion about a haunted castle and Coach Rab said it wasn't happy or unhealthy. No, it's not strictly true, Kathy. It's just, I think you just had arms and legs attached to the story. And I was trying to keep to the health and happiness, you know. The name is my writer name. You said it right. I did. Aberdeenshire. Oh, sweet. Joe Trimble, Lagavulin. I can never say that right. Lagavulin. So like you're a
Lagavulin's awesome. Lagavulin 16 Joe is amazing. Lagavulin, Talisker, and Lafroig are some of my favourites.
If you go to Colorado, pot is legal. Because I'm asthmatic, I can't smoke anyway.
Louis, Angel, Gerardo, hi greetings from Barcelona. I've just been to Barcelona and it was awesome.
Hello, coaches. Michelangelo. Oh, we need a listen.
Mikey, hi Mikey.
If anyone out of our subscribers knows a Donatello, we've got a Raphael, we've got Michelangelo, so we need Donatello and Leonardo. Please let us complete the turtle set, please.
And a splinter would be nice as well.
Oh shit! And then a shredder as well. Let's go to town. What do you guys think of whey protein? How to probably whey. We love whey protein. It's my go-to. How to properly use it. To be honest, I actually only have whey protein once a day. I try and get my protein come from meats or fish or eggs, and I usually use it either post-workout or just to fill a gap. There was in times gone by I've relied more heavily on it, but in recent years I've been trying to get nutrition through solid food. But yeah, whey protein, why not?
Mark, your peach schnapps and lemonade can go fuck itself.
Peach schnapps. I've not had peach schnapps and lemonade for a long time.
You'll need to bring that yourself because I just can't. I can't bring myself to buy it. Just can't.
It's just one of those things you just
There'll
can't
be plenty of beer in the fridge and there'll be whiskey in the cupboard.
What is your favourite Game of Thrones character? Well, that's an awesome question. I like the Hound. I love his old kind of dark character, but he's got a good heart.
Is that the big guy
with the burned face?
Yeah, he plays.
His brother's the Mountain.
He plays the.
In fact, he's the Porridge Oats man, or was the Porridge Oats
exactly.
man. Yeah.
He also plays the guy in Hot Fuzz.
What did he?
Is it Hot Fuzz? Yeah, it's Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
It's like. Yerp.
Is that him?
Yeah, it's him.
Yerp. Oh shit.
Nerp.
I didn't know that. So, but yeah, I would be the Hound. I like him. Kind of like the.
And I can't really answer that. I've watched it, but I don't really have a favourite character.
Simon Alvin Theodore. Who's the Chipmunks? That's because he's Simon. Fair play, Simon.
Yes, that's Hot Fuzz. Yeah.
Yerp. Thank you, Frank.
Yeah, same character, right? But yeah, he was the Scots Porridge Oat man, right?
Yeah.
The kilt and the white vest.
I think it's going to be. I'm just going to make a prediction. I think it's going to be the Hound that's going to kill the Mountain. I'm just saying. You heard it here. Probably not first, but in my eyes, when I tell the story, I can't do it first. I have chronic lumbar fatigue. I'm trying to exercise from your video about lower back pain. Any other suggestions?
Our first go-to is always seek professional advice, because we can give you advice over the interweb, but you need a professional to actually look at you, because there's so many different problems that could or could not be the case.
Yeah.
So seek medical advice first from a physio or an osteopath or a chiropractor. Other than that, lumbar fatigue.
Is that suggesting
That's
it's
getting
weak?
too tired, it's weak,
Yeah.
maybe strengthen it up. Sometimes some people believe they've got a weak back, but that's actually too strong. So it's hard to give you some advice on that.
It'd be easier if we had you in person, because we can see
Yeah.
what's engaging, what's not. I mean, that recent video we've done that aired the other week, which was we aired that one yet? Yeah. The video we did, which mentioned lumbar back and pregnancy, those techniques that we showed you in there.
Yeah, so that's what they've mentioned there. Any other suggestions? To be honest, not really. If you don't get what you need from that video, I would definitely go and see somebody. Raveen Pathmanathan, going to fitness college. Do you have any advice? Get as much experience as you possibly can. No matter what you learn in the classroom is never going to be enough. It will never truly sink in, and you'll never be able to coach it efficiently until you get the experience. So volunteer, contact your local personal trainers and ask them if you can just come and shadow them, watch what they do, and try to learn from the industry experts as much as possible.
And then also, this is a rule of thumb I always stuck by, there's something to learn from every trainer you come across. Even if you come across somebody that seems like a bonehead, or they're either one particular genre heavy, there'll be something you pick up, a certain technique, or maybe even a way to explain a technique that you'll be able to cherry pick and make your overall sessions better. So have an open mind, and just remember that there's something to learn from every trainer you come across.
What are we giggling at? Joe's asking, what's with the itch, Stephen? There are lotions and ointments for that, mate. Listen, we had just been walking, and there was kind of, I don't know, there must have been a fly or a bit of grass kind of tickling things, and it just had to be moved, that's all. It's very natural for a guy to want to hold his
Do you know what it is? Like,
vegetables.
Whenever I see the word ointment, I laugh, because like, it's like a game I play with my daughter, and it's like, ointments. I can't keep a straight face. What are your thoughts on male nipple piercings? Well, each their own, right?
Yeah.
Although I would be a bit concerned if we were to because we wear kind of like these kind of t-shirts, I'd be concerned. My whole fear was if I had one, if it caught and ripped.
To be honest, yeah. If it just I just
each to your own, and if you are, just be very careful.
Well,
unless it's, I think they can get a stud through, which is safer. I don't know.
Kathy's asking how long I was in the military and what did I do. I was in just short of 6 years. I joined when I was 16 and I left when I was 22, and I was a plant fitter, so basically big plant machinery, diggers and such like. I fixed them. That's what I did.
When you're not wearing kilts, do you have a favourite pair of underwear? I'll always go commando. You know what's interesting is, if I've been wearing, like earlier on today we were filming with the Kilted Yogi, and I had a gap in between before coming here tonight. The first thing I wanted to do was whip the kilt off and just let everything breathe.
Yeah.
Luckily no one was in. Although my wife.
So you just sat around naked?
Yeah, pretty much. Just swagging around. Do we have a favourite pair of underwear? I have a nice pair of sort of loungewear, which is actually almost like pyjama trousers, you know?
To be honest, I, during the day, if I've got a personal training client, I'll be wearing shorts, and when I first, I'm going to tell you a story now.
Ooh, story time.
Well, before Rab and I became really good friends, just when we knew each other, I worked in a local gym, and Rab trained there when you worked at the old course, big fancy hotel. So I was a trainer there. Now I was doing spin classes, and one day I forgot to bring boxer shorts with me, so I thought that's fine, I'll just put my shorts on, and I was teaching a spin class. Now the spin class, the instructor's bike was on a slightly elevated platform. It wasn't much of a stage, but it was slightly elevated, and the rest of the participants were in front of me. Now I had a friend, a female, who was in the class, and afterwards she was saying, Stephen, you know your penis was on show that whole time, right? So she was like, yeah, you were staring at me the whole time and it wasn't your eyes on your head.
She was obviously staring back at you, right?
Obviously. So I've got a bit of paranoia when I'm wearing shorts. I'm kind of like, oh, right, okay. So if you're with clients and whatnot, doing sort of, you kneel down beside them, you're always kind of conscious of things. And so I like to wear sort of slightly tighter boxer shorts if I'm wearing shorts. And if I'm wearing kilt, then it's a no-go.
Hang loose and stay funky, right?
Yeah. Thank you for your service. Tons of respect to you both.
When are we coming out with our own line of workout kilts? We're actually in the process of trying to sort that, Patrick. We need to modify our online shop because at the moment it's run just for print off t-shirts, etc. Like the one I'm wearing. Stick to the damn plan. We do have a plan to expand. We've got a few more products on the way. Some exciting products actually.
Yeah.
One of the really exciting ones is the Kilted coin.
Oh, the Kilted coin. This has got a special place in our hearts.
Yeah, which we're not going to tell you what you use it for, but
yeah,
very awesome.
But you can buy your own soon.
Right. We have a drinking game in California. Every time Rab does or says something makes Stephen roll his eyes, we take a shot. He puts up with a lot, I won't lie there. You just did it again. Let's get all these guys drunk. Just keep rolling your eyes.
You would say that.
The Potterhead's Chamber, ever thought of doing Kilted Calendar for charity? Yes, we have thought about it. It's on the cards.
We've got so much to do. Actually, we've got to tell you, as of August, which is Tuesday.
Oh shit, you've only got a month to organise this.
We've got so much going on. The good thing about this is we're going part-time with the other businesses, so we can give this more time.
Yeah.
So we've got all these different things in the pipeline that we just can't get over the line because we're too busy with our other business.
Yeah.
So we said, you know what, enough's enough. The Kilted coaches deserve this time, so let's do it. So we've got so much to do, but we're going to have so much more time to do it as of August.
Yep.
One of the first things is actually Kiltember, which is September.
Yep, we wear our kilts every single day. Now, if you want an idea of what it's about, we raise money for the Air Ambulance. We've got in our playlist, we've got Kiltember 2016, so everything we did last year. This year we're going to do it differently. We're still going to be out and about, but we're going to do a lot more live feeds for the full month. Wearing the kilts every day, raising money for a good cause.
Yeah. And what we're going to ask all of you guys to do is put some, just a bit of tartan is fine. If you can wear a kilt, then even better.
Yeah.
Now, we're raising money for our local charity, which is Scotland's charity Air Ambulance. It's a great cause. Anybody who ever visits Scotland, if you get stuck in the wilderness, they are going to be there to help you and save you. Okay, so it's a great charity. However, if you want to donate to that charity, then we'll give you the thumbs up and we'll thank you.
But if not, if you've got your own chosen charity, wherever it is, we would encourage you to put a bit of tartan on, join us in our Kiltember 2017 challenge and raise money for your own chosen charity.
So if you've got your own little charity that you want to raise money for, then still join us in Kiltember and let's help raise money across the world for your chosen charity. That's going to be pretty awesome.
I know, we've only got a month to promote it, so we need your help. We need your help.
Is there a link to your charity? Yes, there will be. We'll put it on our website actually as of August, and we'll let you guys know because we're going to do these live feeds every week. So as soon as that link is available, we'll let you know.
Yeah. Frank's worried we're going to burn ourselves out. We'll never burn ourselves out when there's whiskey. Ever. Not even if there's a fire.
Listen, to be honest, we've been running our own businesses for 12 years.
Yeah.
Okay, now PT is hard work. Okay, because you're constantly tweaking the way you approach different clients depending on their personality, their background, their fitness goals. So by the end of the day, if you've seen, say 10 people in a day, you're pretty tired, not from the physical exertion, but it's just the sort of mental focus trying to go into different clients.
Yeah.
As soon as we're putting our kilts on, we're like, yeah, party time, really, isn't it?
I know.
So we got so much more energy. So in terms of burning ourselves out, no fucking way.
Yeah.
If we could do this all day, we would.
Mark George is asking, how come your kilts don't have pockets? Well, you do get utility kilts with pockets, but we don't need pockets when you have your very own Kilted Coaches Sporm.
So traditionally, kilts don't have pockets. You just have a sporm. However, now you've got utility kilts with
which
pockets,
are pretty awesome.
Which look quite smart. We may or may not get one in the future. We'll see how things go, but we're quite happy with our sporms at the moment because our local sporm makers, Margaret Morrison Sporms, as we shout out, They're really good, absolutely incredible in terms of their professionalism and their sporn making.
It's always a
ability.
pleasure when we go there, don't we?
Yeah, they've actually made sporns for royalty for Prince Charles and some military and all that kind of lot. So
Chris Kelso, have you ever been to Kelso in Scotland? Yes, I used to play rugby there regularly. So yeah, I have.
Wear kilts and play rugby at the same time. Maybe not.
That might be risky.
Made with belts, mine have chains. I need the belts.
Well, our original sporns came with chains, and that's more of the ceremonial.
It's a kind of chain stroke belt, isn't it? It's a belt that goes into a chain.
Whereas,
however, we needed something, if we were going to go for a bit of a kind of fitness, we needed the ability to quickly tighten it up, put it around the side, and we can go for a run, we can jump around.
Yeah.
So we got little canvas straps. Actually, it's my mother who made them.
Yeah.
And
it was great because we can actually turn them to the side on the hip, because when you're running it hits the chuckies and it's not fun.
We were answering questions. One of the questions
is that a question or Kirby Smith? No, we're not a couple. We're a couple of kilted coaches. What are the donations for? We do more videos with only the person in front of you like I did once. Nicholas, the donations are for us. We're actually saving for a US tour or a tour of selling somewhere else anyway. Whenever we get as many dots on there. So if you want to give a donation, that's great. Just use Super Chat. Any value counts. We're actually just trying to break it. We've already smashed the record. Last week's record was $10 and we're already up to about $100. So boom!
You guys are awesome, and the reason that we do these live feeds in the first place.
It's interesting actually because we were saying this earlier today, we're buzzing for the live feed. And the problem is there's just not enough hours in the day.
I know.
You look at the time, you're like, shit, that's been half an hour already, damn it.
Is Kung Fu taught in Scotland? Yes, it is. All martial arts are.
Yeah. Chuckies, lol lol lol, Matthew James. It's just a word I've got for them. Well, I think a few people know them, you know. Yeah. Take care of your chuckies and all that.
It was funny, my sisters, but when my sister had her son, I think it was her first son, I think it was Jay, when he was born, the doctor basically held him and he was like, look at the size of those chuckies!
Did he say that? Oh shit!
Apparently he had massive chuckies when he was born.
Oh, wow.
So my brother-in-law was laughing his head off.
Oh, now, her Scottish can't pronounce the name Carl.
Absolutely right.
Yeah, we put an O in it. Carl.
Actually, a lot of the time, any Carl in Scotland often gets the nickname Carlos, because if we put the os at the end, it's easier to say for us. Carlos. Right?
How far apart do you both live from each other? Well, actually now we live, I think, 4 minutes apart.
Yeah.
Oh, boom! James Suarez, true.
James Suarez, is it Suarez?
I'm sure it's Suarez. I just went with what? You're probably right, it's maybe Suarez. I'm saying Suarez. Now, James, you have to let us know where you're from, buddy.
Yeah, so we literally live about 5 minutes apart. If you were to walk, it'd take 10 minutes.
So Kirby Smith saying, come to Canada not in January. Actually, Kirby, I've come to Canada tons of times. The only time I've never been is in January. I actually want to come. Tony Hale, I'm sure you've already donated.
Tony Hale is donating again. Should we find out where Tony's from?
Let us know where you're from, Tony, and James as well.
Tony's
James is from Seattle, pronounced Suarez, yeah, Suarez. Now Seattle, home of the Seahawks. That used to be my favourite team back in the day.
Seattle's over this side, isn't it?
Is it?
I thought
it was this way somewhere.
Oh really?
Indianapolis. Ah shit, here we go again. Right, help guys.
Where is Seattle? Seattle, knew it was up this way.
Boom!
Stevie Boy's geography's not that bad.
Suarez. And then where was, we've already got Tony.
West Hollywood, Tony Hale.
West Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Have
we seen Tony's name before? That's a new one to me, I think. Tony, are you new to the channel? Because
I've seen Tony Hale. I'm sure I've seen Tony Hale before.
Well, coach says, I can tell you guys are really fit in the shade. Don't worry about the naysayers and complain about taking off your kilt. Beauty. Yeah. Oh, simply deep. Thank you very much. It's honestly a bit fun for us. Last watching. Are you actually a geographer, Joseph? Because we need you. We need one of those posters. We want you.
Yeah, we just need to like pause the. Do you know, like it's live, so you're gonna kind of think on your feet, right? Do you have any opinion on Ramsey Nesbitt? Ramsey
Ramsey
was
Nesbitt.
funny. It's funny watching back. When I was younger, I found him so much funnier. Watching back now, you almost cringe.
I know. It's kind of like the Still Game. Now,
but Still Game's good though.
Still Game's a bit that, like I say, at the time, it was that sort of that Scottish humour.
Yeah.
Like, you get it because you were Scottish and you didn't know if the rest of the world would find it funny or was it just an internal thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like there's a programme called Still Game. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But it's very much our humour, and it's like it's kind of making fun of who we are almost.
Yeah.
It's really funny. But I just don't know if it's popular across.
Because he's always drunk. He's in his string vest. He's getting in fights, headbutting, and just everything about him. It's a funny one. But yes, Rab is another Rab. That's where it comes from. Rab is actually short for Robert, and therefore in Scotland it's Rab.
Joseph has a degree in geography. Top Gear, Jeremy or Matt? Jeremy all the way from me.
Yeah. Well, Matt's done all right.
Matt, I like Matt just because he was Joey and Friends, right?
But you know what it was for me in Top Gear? I didn't watch it for Jeremy Clarkson. I watched it for the other ones and their interaction together as a group. Because let's be fair, Jeremy had it on his own for years, and I thought the show was pretty shit.
Yeah.
When they then had Jeremy, what's his face? The three of them.
The three of them together.
Were
it was an interaction.
Yeah.
So Lewis Rascal has lost £120 past year.
Well done, Lewis. Very well done. You've been sticking to the damn plan.
He has been sticking to the damn plan. There's Tony Hale. What are you saying? How often do you
go live?
Go live. I like the charity angle. It's cool.
We go live every Thursday.
Thursday, 9 PM at the moment, but we're going to make it 10 PM probably next week.
Yeah, so that's Greenwich Mean Time, which is what, -5 or 6 hours?
It's 5 hours for Eastern Time, so that'll be it should have been 4 o'clock. Should be 4 o'clock today. Eastern
Patrick
Time.
Donahue. Patrick, where are you from? He actually wrote something
Patrick
there.
O'Donoghue
At
from Detroit.
Detroit, the Detroit Lions. Boom, Barry Sanders. I remember that shit.
Now Detroit is not up this way somewhere. Joseph, help us out, buddy.
Yeah, where's Joe? Where are we? Nick Smith as well. Shit. Think fast, mate. Think fast. Nick, tell us where you're from as well.
Detroit, it's near Chicago.
Boom.
Look at that.
Yeah. Oh.
I knew it was there.
And then Nick, we need Nick.
Nick, where are you from, Nick?
3 PM here.
5 PM Eastern Time is 10 PM.
Look for a lake.
That's right. Look for a lake.
Oh yeah, you're right enough. What's over there? Oh shit. But that's, you know what it is that, when you talk about the States, to us it's such, look.
I know, to be honest,
we live here and it's tiny.
These lakes put together is about the same size as the whole of the UK.
Oh, I know. Nick Smith is Orlando, which must be Florida.
Florida, there you go.
There we are, boom. Put Nick in. We're going to, Florida's definitely, because then Joe, one of our lean formula guys.
Yeah, one of our clients is Joe, he's awesome.
He's good.
Really, really nice guy, I like him. He is in Florida, so we're coming to Florida next year.
Yeah. Oh, what's happened? I've kind of scrolled up. We've scrolled the whole page up. Let's see.
Like,
somebody's asking how they comment. Well, Nicholas, we actually don't know how you do it, because I like to support your video. How do I donate? And I do the videos purchase after you retire. I think it's on Super Chat. We're not really sure how this whole thing works. Did Joe just give another 50, or is that
the last one? Joe, have you just donated again, buddy?
Have you just done it twice? You could just lie and say you did. But
if you have, then
if you have, you've got to pretend you live somewhere else. Because we've got to fill these dots in, right? Where do you want to live, Joe? Off to walk the dog. See you next week, mates. Thanks before you go, Joe. Now, Joe, you've got to live somewhere else. If you could live anywhere, Joe, where would it be?
Or more to the point, where would you like us to visit when we do our US tour?
Bastards. Where the fuck is Bastards?
Bastards?
Where the fuck is Bastards? Joe wants to live in Philadelphia. You tell him, Kathy. That's right.
Booper Duper. I like that name. It's funny.
He's got the Super Nintendo controller as well. I love my Super Nintendo. I miss it. I miss it a lot.
Right, Joseph, you've got to give us another place for
Springdale. Where is that, Stephen?
Arkansas.
Springdale though. Oh, there's Springfield. Is that what he said, or Springdale? No, he definitely said Springdale. Oh well, there's another one, Joe. Hey, enjoy your walk, sir. Joe, we've actually got a wee surprise for you tomorrow, next day. Well, I get mine tomorrow. Just secret, Joe. Secret. You'll understand. You'll understand.
Sorry guys, have to go to work. Good night and thanks.
See you in Bignell. Are you
See you in
drunk? Doug, I think you're drunk.
He did it twice!
Yes! Sorry, Doug, sorry, stop. Hey!
I think Doug is drunk.
Yeah, Doug, are you drunk with us, Dougie? No, not yet. We can't get drunk. Doug is drunk, Kathy.
You will be at 2 p.m. California time or Pacific time.
Pacific. Oh, is that what you call it? Pacific time?
Pacific time, yeah.
Right, we need to learn this.
So is that 2 p.m. when it's 9 p.m. here or 10 p.m. here?
There'll be at least 7 hours.
I worked it out before I sent that email out yesterday. I can't remember.
Pacific time, that's what you need to remember.
I'm pretty sure.
We need to learn this lingo.
Yeah.
Because 50% of our market is the
Doug's
States.
saying I wish.
It's 1:39 now. So little girl, where are you then? 1:39, I'm assuming that's PM.
We'll have to call you to exorcist because you're making those spirits disappear.
Oh!
I like that one. Who said that?
Yeah, it's
Jerry. I like that one, Jerry. That's very good. Cool. 2 p.m. Pacific is 5 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, so next week it'll be 2 p.m. Pacific time and 5 p.m. Eastern time. We're going forward back an hour. Right.
Oh, now we've had somebody else. Let's see.
Your time, 9 p.m. here.
Say hello to me, papi.
Me papi.
Me papi. It's funny because like people say different names for their mum and dad, right? But where we come from in Fife, I would never call my granddad. No, your granddad this. But did you ever hear of a dai?
Dai.
Your dai. Did you call your granddad? No, is it your mum's dad? Is that right?
It's typically your mum's dad. Yes.
Your mum's dad, right?
So it's your dai. So my uncle Rab,
right?
He gets called dai from his grandkids, who's Steph's, my cousins.
So like, I don't know what you would call your grandparents over there, grandpa, grandma, or over here it tends to be granddad, grandmother, grandmum.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But typically your mother's father would be your dai in Fife. It's just funny different names for things, isn't it? I don't know why it's your dai. Where email questions already.
From?
Potterhead's Chamber, Orlando, Florida again.
Yay.
Boom.
Florida is on the map.
Yeah. Now, email questions probably, we actually need to start addressing these emails.
Yeah, we should. Like, let's stop talking nonsense.
Yeah, fuck's sake, Stephen. Stop reading your messages and giving him fucking emails. He's updating his Facebook account here.
Right. Joseph's been answered, that's fine. Yep. Ramiro. Okay, that was just a nice email. Robert.
We initially said at the start of the call we're going to answer the ones that were from people that taken the time to come on the call, and then we're going to get round to the emails when it went quiet. But you guys are just full of chat, so it's never gone quiet. Potterhead's Chamber, that's like Harry Potter in the Chamber of Secrets. I'm getting that for some reason. The Rebel Thinker, sexy. Any suggestions for home exercise that will work the lats? If you can get yourself a TRX pulling. Another one good for lats if you do kind of what we call Superman's kind of skydivers. Lying completely on your front, chin or forehead on the floor, lift the elbows up and then just Superman out and in. Make sure the arms are all kept up. That'll work the lats. Or if you've got access to weights, you can do some pulls. That'll do the job.
Right, so Rocco, who's a good follower of ours.
That's Rocco. Rocco Hilly.
So he's looking to gain some more muscle but at the same time shedding some kilos. So getting rid of some fat. Should I cut fat and carbs, or what's your option about it, or opinion about it? So, put it this way. It's difficult to do both at the same time. So you can 100% you can build muscle and burn fat at the same time. But I like to see it as you've got a distance to travel, right? Now, what you could do is you could try and do both at the same time. So you're constantly trying to build muscle but burn fat, build muscle, burn fat, and you end up sort of going backwards and backwards, and sort of tiptoeing forward. Demetrius Ross, happy days.
You carry on, I'll do this.
So yes, you can do it, but it'll be relatively slow progress. Your best bet, and this is what I highly recommend, if you want to build muscle, burn fat, build the muscle first. Or actually, that's maybe a little lie. Depending on which stage you're at, Rocco, I actually don't know your body shape. So if you get as lean as possible first, then you'll naturally have more testosterone and less estrogen in your body. Therefore, you'll find it easier to build the muscle. However, if you're already relatively lean, like so for me, if I were to get a little bit more leaner now and build muscle, I would go for building the muscle first. Because I'm already quite lean, my testosterone is quite high, therefore I can build muscle relatively easily. So I would go for that. I would normally go for about, say, a 3-month period, build muscle, and accepting that I may put on a few pounds of fat. Because at the end of the 3 months, I'm going to have much more muscle that I can then use that muscle to burn a hell of a lot more fat, and it's a much quicker process. If you're trying to do both at the same time, you take twice as long to do it, although you wouldn't put on a few pounds, you might feel better about yourself in the short term, it's going to take you a hell of a lot longer to do it. So build a lot more muscle, use the muscle to burn more fat.
And now further up, somebody asked, first of all, Demetrius, thank you so much for your donation. Can you let us know where you're from, buddy, so we can add you to the board?
I was riding my bike back home, and therefore I didn't watch per se, but I left home.
And the other question, somebody says, what's the difference between Irish and Scottish? Well, quite a big bit of water actually, so it's a completely different country. Very next door actually, and we've got a lot of links with the Irish, but yeah, very different country. So that's the difference.
However, we both like whiskey.
How many takes, so Potterhead's Chamber asks, how many takes to do the crack-on endings average? Actually, we usually do it in one.
One take.
Now, to be fair, when we bugger it up, we tend to leave the out. I mean, people are always asking us, can you leave the bloopers in, right? The thing is, we do everything, because we're so relaxed and don't give a damn, right? And it's not exactly Hollywood, right?
In the early days, we were like, oh, it has to be perfect, therefore we're trying to like...
Thanks, Nicholas.
We're trying to get rid of the bloopers, and always leave the bloopers in because we were always kind of retaking all the time. Whereas now, we kind of do it in one take and we accept that we might make a mistake, we might swear when we're not trying to swear. Actually, here's a little...
So it's Demetrius is in Chicago. I'm actually training somebody else up at the moment for the Chicago Marathon, so... boom! And Nicholas, we need to know where you're from, buddy.
Nicholas,
thank you for the donation.
Yeah, thank you very much. What was I saying there? Yeah, tomorrow's video. Tomorrow's Friday video is awesome because we had two options for the end of the video. And we're like, oh, which one's going to be best? So we did both, and you get to see both. So it's really funny. Actually, I had a hell of a time editing it. It was just so funny. I laughed my head off.
But yeah, to answer the question that some people asked about putting bloopers in, which wasn't being asked tonight, but
there
we actually do.
Bloopers.
We put the bloopers in when they're there. Otherwise, in case you haven't noticed, we just roll off the cuff.
Yeah, and what we've actually, because we know that you guys like the bloopers because it shows us for who we are, we've actually just started to leave some of the footage in after. So when we finish it off, when we do our sign off, and sometimes we talk nonsense to each other or we'll have a bit of a laugh, so we started adding that in at the end, so when you get the whole subscribe now, that disappears and then you get like sort of the end.
Well, the funny thing is just recently is you guys won't necessarily find it funny, but we've done 210 videos or something. Now every time we finish filming, we've done the kind of bit, we always turn to each other and go, oh, that was good, right? Yeah. We always make a statement like that, like we got it. Yeah, that was all right. Yeah.
Is that what you need to say?
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah.
So then, as I've been editing these videos, I'm starting to find this hilarious. So I've made it a point now to stop recording before we say it. But this fucker deliberately says it now that I've told him. So I'm trying to just reach for the button, and he's like, that was pretty good,
Baldy Bain is asking, are we changing it to 10 PM every week from now on? Yes, we are, till further notice.
Yep. And what was the other question here? When do you want to do a video near Loch Ness? Well, again, because we're cutting back on the PT business, we're going to focus more on the channel now. What we've been trying to do is build the channel up slowly so that we can justify sort of sidelining on other businesses to give you guys more of our time so we can travel further. So we're getting there.
We've actually been invited to a Halloween festival up near Inverness. It's actually the Burness. From a guy on Twitter. Now we may or may not go to it at the moment. We're not too sure about the families and whatnot. So we may take you up there and show you a bit of Inverness, show you Loch Ness, and there's actually some great scenery and castles and lochs all up there. So it's really cool. Hopefully we'll do that, but we can't promise anything.
Kathy, how about Storytime Wednesday? Kathy, you're just going to have to download my books, dear. Look up MR Shield and the Chronicles of Astoria, and that'll keep you busy for a wee while.
What's Lewis Rasco? I stuck in high protein, low carb for a long time, and after losing almost 110 pounds, it's just a lot more carbs and more energy because I didn't have those fat stores anymore.
Happy days,
that's good. So yeah, a lot of people, when you've got a lot of weight to lose, going on next to no carbs is a very good idea, because what you'll find is your body much prefers having a high fat diet and high protein, so it's really good. But then as your body changes, so does your requirements for nutrients. So as you become much leaner, you can then tolerate more carbohydrates. So always don't think for a second that just because that was a diet that got you lean is a diet that you have to stick to. Your body has changed, so you can change.
What's Ariel saying? Blow us a kiss to us in Austin, Texas. Ariel, we will blow your kiss here, Ariel. Just for you, Ariel, my dear.
Ariel.
That was one. That girl's been sharing us left, right, and centre. Good for you.
Austin, Texas. Howdy.
Darren, after seeing Finlay pics on Instagram, are you guys going to try some of the poses or do a yoga video? Some of us have less flexibility in rap. Darren, I don't think that's possible. Buddy. Come on.
Darren, that's going to take some.
You missed Darren's when I had, because you were away, weren't you?
I know. Where was I? Because you had the Skype call with him.
I had the Skype call. Darren was brilliant. I can't remember where you were. You were probably washing your hair or something like that.
Yeah, I was grooming my beard.
Coaches, how do I donate? We're actually not sure, Rocco. There's a super chat function on comments which allows your comment to jump to the top. We don't really know how it works. We're just winging it as normal.
Rocco, where are you from anyway?
Yeah, I wonder where Rocco's from. Did you guys really have a hurricane named Ballbag? We did actually. It's not Ballbag though. It's Ballbag. B-A-W.
B-A-W.
Yeah, which is a Scottish term. We did Hurricane Ballbag. That was in May 2000.
It was nicknamed Hurricane Ballbag. It wasn't actually Ballbag.
It's a true story.
You guys an episode
the Silks. Well, it could be possible, Kathy, if you get on the job with that one.
Why doesn't everybody message Finlay, the Kilted Yogi, and tell him how awesome we are, and that we need to be on his Instagram, his Facebook, and his YouTube.
Yeah.
You get on the case, and he's going to hate us because you're going to get bombarded with messages now.
Now what's this? I'm waiting my pillow from Rab's hair. My hair's falling out, Richie. I'm not making a pillow it. There's going to be none left. I'm going to have to shave it soon. I will tomorrow.
I did. He hasn't answered. I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just keep messaging until he gets back to you.
Yeah.
You know, I think 10 a day is about average. So go to 15 and you'll see.
But don't go to 20 because that's obsessive, right? I mean, 15's fine and 20's obsessive.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Do you all believe in ghosts? It's funny. I guess if you've had an experience,
it's difficult. See, what they're saying about time, and time is an illusion. So they say that time is just a bunch of nows stacked on top of each other. So what you believe, like our illusion of time, something's going to happen, say 100 years. It's happening now. It's just a bunch of nows. There's never a future. There's never a past. It's just now. They're all stacked on top of each other. So if you believe that, which I do, and science has basically confirmed this. So it's Einstein.
Can't fight science.
That's what Einstein theoried, hundreds of years ago, years and years ago, and it's not been proven, but that like scientists will agree with it nowadays. So if you believe that, then can there be a crossover point? Probably. Therefore, people who were dead or are dead may manifest themselves within this reality. So that's very sciencey, and I probably have too much whiskey.
Well, and Kathy's just compounded the problem because it's genius. She says, so my yesterday is your tomorrow, and my today is your yesterday. It's like, yeah.
Not necessarily. Why do you get mad when people call you red? I'm just messing. I'm not too bothered, but
it's because if you're standing next to him, he is very much blonde, right? I mean, yes, the beard, right, but his hair is. There's not even a glimmer of red in the hair.
100%.
It must be the light.
It's a dirty blonde, but my beard is 100%. It's not 100%. It's actually grey at the sides here, but it's ginger. It's just a joke. I pretend to be offended, like I'm not ginger.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's fine. You are what you are,
Joe
right?
Byers, he's commented, great, love you Joe, so he's saying you guys are awesome, in the best shape I've ever been, it's amazing what a heart attack would do for you, I suggest you don't go that route. Yeah, definitely not.
When is the Bearded Bastard new ointment coming out? Well, we're in talks with Craig at the moment. He has got a proposal for us. He has created a balm that he believes suits our personalities. We've yet to see it or experience it, but he's going to kind of let us try it out. It needs to be sent off to the appropriate testing authorities because it's all regulated and whatnot, and it's really, really good stuff. I mean, it's all organic and naturally sourced and all that kind of stuff. So it goes through sort of rigorous tests first, but he's going to kind of give it to us, get our thumbs up, he's going to put it through these tests, and then it'll be available. So we might be looking at maybe a month or so but we'll let you know.
Rodders is asking, I was trying to donate, guys, but can't find the link. So Rodders, we actually don't know what it is. It's called Super Chat, so it's to do with the comments. So it allows you to donate a very small amount or a large amount, whatever you can afford, and it allows your comment to bounce higher. That's how the donations work. We don't actually know any more than that, to be honest, buddy. But Rodders, just a big shout out, buddy, because you've been doing well with your training. It's great that you're following the programmes. Just keep on it, and if you ever feel yourself slipping, just give us a shout. We'll make sure you stick to the damn plan, Rodders.
So there's a really nice question. Joe Rabbi, do you consider yourself an endomorph, and do carbs love your waistline as much as mine?
Yeah, see, it's interesting. See, I'm a sort of meso-endo, right? Which you're absolutely right, because there's mesomorph, which is very, very muscular, ripped. Endomorph is kind of round. The thing, and ectomorph is skinny.
So if you think about it, ectomorph is your typical basketball player, tall and skinny. The mesomorph is sort of the rugby player, and then the endomorph is a typical sort of sumo wrestler. Is the extremes.
Yes, that's extreme.
So you're somewhere between this one and this
So
one.
I would say I'm meso-endo because I find it easy to bulk up, but at the same time I find it easy to put fat on top of that bulk. Therefore I'm meso-endo.
Yeah.
Whereas you're more...
I'm more meso-ecto.
Yeah.
So we're both sort of in the middle, but I'm more sort of...
But to answer your question, yeah, you're right. I mean, I have to watch what I'm doing. For me, running does the job. I mean, I don't run for long. I run for about an hour at a time, but 2 to 3 times a week. That gets the fat right off. Especially recently, I've obviously been trying to keep trimmage because when you stand next to this fucker, he's like a Ken doll. And the comparison's quite tragic, so...
Well, the thing is, recently what I've discovered is I've been really researching these sort of tanning moisturisers, because I stand next to you and you've got like a big hairy chest, and you can probably see like definition in your chest, because your chest is quite big, so it's like definition with the hair as well, you can awesome shadows and an awesome tan. You can like shoulders like mountains, and I'm there with my like see-through skin and the sun just reflects off me, so I'm just like this ginger bearded head with this white sheen of a body. And
So
it's
we've
kinda
got our
like,
own perils when we
yeah.
stand next to each other.
So when it comes to personal image, we still got our sort of slight hang-ups, don't we? But you kind of like laugh them off and you get on with it.
Tantric Sinash, yes, does your logo have any type of significance? We do have a video on that, which explains that.
Now,
completely.
what's
So
that video called? It's called
probably somebody
Kilted Coach's logo.
Yeah.
Look up previous videos where we did a video on the whole thing. But yes, it has significance. It means quite a lot to us. So please look up that video.
Nicholas is asking, have you written any books? Have you been to San Francisco, California? I've written books, but they're not fitness books. They're young adult kind of science fiction, and I use my pen name as M.R. Shields. But in terms of fitness books, we're going to eventually have our Kilted Coaches book, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to write, and this fucker's going to do the photos for it. It's going to be the case, right?
No, it's not going to be, because we're going to do some recipes. We're going to do some exercises. Yeah, it'll be good.
All right. Yeah, so I won't need to write them.
Yeah, well, you whatever I write, you need to proofread. So I make lots of spell mistakes.
Yeah, you're Berard.
Yeah.
Do you have any hidden, I'm assuming that's meant to be hidden tattoos. I've got a W on each cheek, so when I turn around and eventually touch my toes, it says, wow. That's not true, by the way. No tattoos. Do you have no tattoos either?
Nah.
Maybe the pale reflection makes your hair look red.
Joe, I don't have red hair.
Oh, sorry, somebody keeps asking. Sorry, Stephen, you've asked the same
inspiration.
question. Inspiration. Well, for training, I grew up watching, and you're the same actually, Arnie
Schwarzenegger.
I used to marvel Arnie. And do you know what it was about him? Is regardless of what he did later in life, I actually think he's quite a nice guy. Yeah. But he says he has his problems, like everybody does. He's done his whole womanizing, but that's whatever. That's by the by. But I used to look at him and think, I want to look like that guy.
Yeah.
Just everything about who he was, you know.
And for Arnold Schwarzenegger, he has been the world's best at several professions. Now, some people will spend their whole life in one profession and never reach the top. Arnie started off as an athlete, being bodybuilder, got to the top of the game. He was actually a businessman after that, had a building company. He became a millionaire before he even got into movies, and he got highly successful at that, which then paved the way for his movie career, because he didn't have to take the small jobs. He could actually just go for the big jobs, the big roles. So then became like a world famous and top class actor, who actually, if we're being honest, as much as we love him, he was a shit actor. And the perfect role, I mean, my favourite movie of all time is Terminator 2, because I loved Arnie, and it was the perfect role for him, because he was very robotic anyway, with his speech and everything else, and it was just the perfect role for him. And then he went on to politics and became world class in politics. So you've got to think, he did so much, and he was just so driven that he's our inspiration through and through.
Now
amongst other people.
We've got 2 minutes to go, so I think we've smashed our record on our donations tonight. If anyone wants to give
Danny Phillips!
Danny Phillips, just before I can even finish my sentence, another
from Atlanta.
Boom, that's Atlanta Falcons.
Atlanta, Georgia, isn't it?
Yeah.
Doing an EP with Sam Heughan and Graham McTavish. Consider the series exposure with those Outlander fans. If those guys would be willing to hook up with us, then yes, we would.
Help me out, buddies. Atlanta, where is
Atlanta.
Falcons, home of the Falcons. That was an awesome Super Bowl. Watch the Super Bowl every year. Fucking love it.
Right.
Oh, but another one. Tony Hale again. Tony, you're a legend. Find Atlanta.
Atlanta.
It's above Florida, Kathy says.
Right.
Florida.
There's some GA. Atlanta. There
Hey!
we go. Thanks, Kathy.
Kathy, you're on the ball.
And Tony, we're going to mark down Hollywood again.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Somewhere around here, right?
Yeah, which is California again.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey!
Tony, you legend.
Oh, Joe, that was a short walk. I feel sorry for the dog. Joe says he's away out to walk the dog and he's back 10 minutes later. That's actually a bit longer than that. It's just
right, guys, we are going to have to love you and leave you. We've got our coaching call and there are people waiting.
Anne Sawyer's.
Anne,
quickly, where are you from?
Anne, you're on Facebook all the time.
Dartmoor, Devon. Way in the same island.
Anne's always on Facebook.
Right, Devon's way down the bottom, right?
Yeah, it's
Dartmoor's.
there you go.
Yeah, will do. Yes, we'll get some pins in that bad boy. Right, we're going to have to do the countdown. I don't trust Tony. Ooh. Right, anyway, 10, 9, 8, 7. Oh, can't do my thumbs up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big wave!
Bye bye!